জয়েন করতে, কিন্তু বলছে যে না, শরীরটাই লাগছে, জয়েন করবো না আজকে।
সবারই লাগছে, because lot of what should I say, তোমারই না শুধু, সবার, মানে আমার কালকে শরীর ভালো, I was sorry, I have to speak in English. It's not just about you. I am also not keeping well. Many people, what's happening is a lot of planetary shifts are happening during this time, and it is really like impacting emotions, hormones, like different kind of things in the body, and whatever is happening, it will increase to many folds right now. At least till 10th, you will see the difference. Also, the full moon is coming. So many things mixture. So not just you, not just Tanmoy, your family, but I'm hearing from many people, for no reason. One is saying A, you will see during this time, one is saying A, you will understand Z. This is what is happening. মানে কি হয় যে ঝগড়াও সৃষ্টি হয়, because both the people are not aligned, right now it's a lot of restlessness happening because of a lot of planetary shift, and especially the Mercury retrograde. So when you are trying to talk something, the other person will understand Z. It's that also, because there is restlessness in the body. So one of the mm, one of my friends, she called up and she was saying she's having, normally she doesn't fight with her husband so much, but she's having endless fight with her husband. She wants therapy. So different people are showing off differently during this time. Just have trust. It will sort out. Even the health will get affected because of all these things. You might feel low, energetically low. You're feeling low, right?
দিদি।
Yeah. Tonmo is also feeling low. Yeah. Ruchi was also saying, what about Ruchi? Ruchi cannot, her network is not proper. She cannot.
No, Didi, it is sorted. I just connected to Wi-Fi now. Good morning, Didi.
Okay, okay. Yes.
Yeah, Didi, I just having mood swings. I'm feeling like crying, and
Yeah.
otherwise my head. I have too much of headache. I don't know. I unnecessarily have too much of headache.
I'm like feeling like normally like I pick up myself and do everything, but for some reason it's not happening. कल परसों तो बहुत ज़्यादा difficult था. आज फिर भी I said that go to hell. I don't care, because my emotional and mental health is more important than anything else in the world. छोटा छोटा चीज भी मुझे अफेक्ट कर रहा है अचानक से, जो एंड फिर वो क्या होता है ना, क्लास भी अफेक्टेड हो जाता है, एंड आई डोंट वांट माय सेवा टू गेट अफेक्टेड. Yeah, so for that we have to pick ourselves up and say that, okay, whatever is happening, I have to do my meditation, I have to do my everything. Okay. ठीक है, चलो. सो कोई बात नहीं, 10 तारीख तक वेट करो. ओके, थोड़ा सेटल डाउन होगा. एंड एनीवेज फ्रेंड्स, बिकॉज वी आर मेडिटेटर्स ना, आवर लाइफ विल नॉट बी इजी for even if this Mercury retrograde goes away, our life is not going to be easy, because lot of churning happens, lot of triggers happen, lot of कुछ नहीं है, अचानक से तुम्हारे लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ आ जाता है जो आपको हिला के फिर से हिलाता रहता है, और फिर से लगता है कि यार मैं आई वांट टू बी बैलेंस्ड. बट अगेन दिस imbalance is also needed. These triggers are also needed, because smooth life, smooth वाला सागर में तो कोई भी सेल कर सकता है, right? Have you heard that surfing, when you learn surfing, first you learn surfing in shallow waters, not very wavy waters. hmm? And that's when you train yourself to surf. but एक टाइम के बाद ना आपका कोच आपको बोलेगा कि इनफ, बहुत हो गया शैलो, हल्के हल्के वाटर्स में आप you are trying, you are practicing, you should now go into a little more wavy waters, more deep waters. That is the time the coach feels that you are ready for that. Yeah. And that's when, we go into deep waters. For us also, Joe, the people who are going more deeper and deeper into spirituality and everything, their challenges are also a little different and weird and strange. हाँ ऐसा नहीं है कि we are not meditating properly, we are not working ourselves, we are not transforming ourselves, but it's that the coach up, it knows that हो गया, बहुत हल्के waters में आपने ऐसे ऐसे हाथ पैर मार लिए, अभी अब deep waters में जाओ. Yeah. And that's when these challenges come. But the good part of these satsang is that they keep all of us, in track no matter what. For me, it's like whenever I'm low or I'm going through some challenges, I have to pick myself. That's what seva is so important, friends. That's why I tell you, do seva. The seva always brings you back to track. कितने भी challenges हो, आप सेवा करोगे ना, आपको track में ले ही आएगा. Because you want to do something for others, the universe makes sure that you are in track and ready to do that for others. Hmm? I was not feeling sick, but my mind was only saying that, my people should not suffer because of my ill health, and that's when I pick myself up and say, I have to sit for my classes no matter what. Yeah. So seva is so important. Tomorrow, many of you are going to do seva. I'm not there. Yeah. So do your best because it really transforms our life. दिखने में लगता है कि बहुत कुछ खराब हो रहा है, लेकिन एक्चुअली में बहुत कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है, बहुत कुछ क्लेंस हो रहा है, बहुत कुछ क्लियर हो रहा है. ओके. स्वाध्याय, सत्संग, ध्यान एंड सेवा, they are very very important. Okay, friends, today and also we did on today we did the journaling on writing our gratitude letter to our mother. Hmm? I don't know kitne log likh paya because we didn't have time, somebody didn't have network, but I wrote it down. Last last Friday or Thursday we wrote our journaling, our gratitude letter to our father. आपने आपने फॉरवर्ड किया था, किसी ने फॉरवर्ड किया था अपने फादर को?
Yes, Didi, I did.
Yeah, did you see any reaction?
He was very happy. He was
My
very.
father was was in cloud nine. My mother calls and says, "What did you write to your father? He was so happy and he's showing, he's reading it." My mother doesn't understand English very well. So he's explaining, he's like, coding down and breaking the codes and explaining her. So, and I see the joy we give to our parents when we tell them how blessed we are. Hamesha, if I sometimes I say if I can change my relationship with my father, everybody can do it. हमारा relationship सिर्फ झगड़े का ही था, पंगे का ही था मेरे और especially teenage years, not teenage years. Before that it was very good, but suddenly I don't know why. Teenage years it was always rebel. I was telling something and he's understanding something. This always happened, you know. And what happens is that when you have difficult relationship with your father, you have difficult relationships later with men because she felt that the first man never understood you. So I had to work it out. I had to work it out with my father. And when I started working out with my father, it's like, now we are like more than my mother, I'm more close to him. I'll tell him everything. Though we don't speak every day, but I know that whenever I'll tell him what is my problem, he will understand me. Yeah. So I'm sure Ruchi also had the same experience. Meenakshi, did you message it to your father? You just left it? ठीक है, she's
না,
हाँ.
দিদি আমি তো লিখে ওই ফার্স্টের দিকে যখন একবার লিখেছিলাম এক পেজ শেষ হলো তখন, বাট
हम्म.
এমনিতে আমি যখন কথা হয় আমারও এভরিডে কথা হয় না, বাট যখন কথা হয় তখন খুবই ভালো কথা হয়,
हम्म.
এগুলো বলি খুবই হ্যাপি হয়ে যায়। একটু
हम्म.
ইমোশনাল হয়ে যায়, এখানে আসতে পারে না আমার কাছে, বাট
हम्म.
আবার এটা ঠিক হয়ে যায়। বাট খুব
हम्म.
হ্যাপি হয়, মাও ভীষণ সে একটু
Mm.
হ্যাপি হয়ে যায়।
Write letters, say good things to them instead of saying, what they didn't do. See the change that we can bring to
রাইট
their
নাও
lives.
মানে ফুল ফ্যামিলি সিক দিদি, ওই যে নতুন ভাইরাসটা আসছে,
Okay.
সবাই খুবই অসুস্থ। হ্যাঁ,
In
মানে
Bangladesh.
বাপি, হ্যাঁ বাংলাদেশে,
Okay.
দাদা মা ওরা সুস্থ হয়ে উঠেছে, দাদার ছেলেটাও, বাট ছোট
Hmm.
বাচ্চাটা বৌদি আর বাপি মানে এখনো ভীষণ সিক, ওরা
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
সিক চলছে।
Hmm.
আমার শাশুড়িও খুবই অসুস্থ, ওই সেম ভাইরাস।
Send them love and light. There is this I really like this. I go also Manasa Light Age Foundation. There is this ashram nearby where it's like created by Saptarishis. The guy and Rishi Amara and Rishi Krishnananda, they created this ashram. And the basic learning of this ashram is that love and light to ourselves and everybody we should send every day. Hmm? And इसमें क्या है कि we are not transforming their karma, we are not doing anything, we are just sending them love and light, and whatever is needed the universe will do for them. Hmm? And especially also when we are not in good health, we should send love and light to our own body as well. It heals very faster. That's what these Saptarishi says. Do you remember? I did that Shambhala principles. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Didi.
So, yeah. So, friends, today we are going to do one thing which is so common. We women have a tendency to sacrifice. We are always taking backstage. We are always at the back. Huh? And for that, बहुत कुछ sacrifice करना पड़ता है. मुझे ही देखो ना. Like, Panna is going and I have to take care of the house, my ridan and everything. Hmm? And then I have to also not सिर्फ यही नहीं, फिर मैं आपको क्लासेस भी लूंगी, फिर मेरे therapy sessions भी होंगे, but I have to, yeah. So we don't blame the men for that, but it is a general tendency of the women to always take a back seat so that we have, we take care of the background. We always take care of the background. We never go forefront. Hmm? But इसमें कभी कभी ना, it also happens that you feel like कि सारे challenges आपको ही finally face करना पड़ता है, right? This happens to many of the women. Yeah, but at the same time, when these challenges come slowly, a tendency of why me, मेरे साथ ही क्यों होता है, मेरे, कुछ दिनों से I was feeling low for also all these thoughts that again this, like, I have to sacrifice, I have to, I have to make sure that everything works well when he's away. Yeah. So, but this also, I told you that this is a victim mentality. Huh? Victim mentality is a mentality of life is a misery. And that's when I tell Minakshi, I was very strict with Minakshi once, that Minakshi, this is a victim mentality. Don't keep this victim mentality. But in reality, when I tell this, I also work on myself. I also see where my mind is going in. The last 7 days, normally I don't go these days so easily, but in the last few days, I was feeling, why me? Why do I have to always do it? I am again in the mercy of all these things that is happening. But again, these readings, this इसीलिए बोलते हैं कि पढ़ो. When you read something, when you are reading some spiritual books, they pick you up. They tell you that, don't think yourself as a victim. You are the creator of your own life. Yeah. So the today's topic is again about the topic of victim, because friends, it's so important. Women के life, men के में life में तो है ही है, but women के life में बहुत ज्यादा victimhood होता है. Hmm? But victimhood attracts nothing but more pain, more and more pain. Yeah. So here also, yeah, it's saying for richness and poorness also, to become poor and rich also, the difference between a rich person thinking and a poor person thinking is that a rich person thinks that we create future. Hmm? And a poor person thinks that life happens to me. There's this difference between rich and poor. Yeah. Do you understand, Minakshi? The guidance is when I share, it is not just for others also. I remind myself that I'm going into victim mentality.
Yes,
Okay?
Didi.
That no, because we are women, darling, I understand how much we have to sacrifice behind the scene. But at the same time, we cannot let ourselves go, into deep shit by just thinking that, oh, life happens to me. Why does always life happens to me? Hmm? Instead of that, again fixing our gaze and thinking like a rich person, that we create our future. No, ठीक है, it is happening to me, but in this situation also, how can I create my future? Okay? And
Exactly.
like, so, and because it's saying that because they have this victim mentality, because of this victim mentality, by virtue of low thinking, they become poor. It's not that they are poor because they are victim. It's also a vicious cycle. The more you victim you feel, the more chances are that you will not be able to become rich. Okay, because the mentality
Mm.
is right like that, right? I told you, right? It's the underlying belief is life is a misery. Yeah. So that's why we have to come out of it. So now let's understand in which ways can we understand that, okay, I am becoming a victim. I am thinking like a victim. Hmm? First is they blame. Okay. They blame. Victim people, they will blame. Hmm? They will say कि तुम्हारे वजह से मेरा ये हुआ है, तुम्हारे वजह से मेरा वो हुआ है. हाँ, and this is what happens to women, right? We blame our partners, we blame our men that because of him, this is happening, right? And or men can also do it. Men also have a very different way of doing it, but they also do it. But we have to be aware of it. Am I blaming? Am I blaming somebody? During my PMS and everything, na, I was feeling very restless, and I was feeling that okay, it is for this reason that I am suffering. Again, this has popped up in my life. I was so happy in my life. Why is this situation again popped up? And again, I'm going into deep shit and I'm suffering. Okay, during my PMS, I was thinking like that. Again, it's no, it had nothing to do with the situation or people. It was actually my body was going through all these hormonal changes, and that's why I was feeling that somebody else is responsible. Can somebody else be responsible for my hormonal change? Especially women, we go through so much of hormonal change. Can somebody else or some situation be responsible for our hormonal change? No. So it's we should be very careful. The situation, if we are blaming somebody, see how much the person also gets hurt. We mindlessly we tell, right, our partners that this is what is happening, and how much they get hurt because of our shit, our hormonal changes that we are going through. So we have to be very careful. During that time, na, if special, anyways, we should not blame. Especially during that time, na, I think the best thing is to not talk. The moment you talk, you will talk nonsense, because at that time your mind is not stable, right? Not talk, not blame your partners. Yeah. So this is first point, that this is how you will know that you are being a victim. Second is that sometimes we don't blame. Sometimes what do we do? Do you know? We justify we justify we justify saying that okay, money is not really important. पैसा इतना important नहीं है जीवन में. Justification. Sometimes we used to think that only blame is the way of victim mentality, but no, justification भी हम जब देते हैं ना, that also means victim mentality. That money is not important. That means I'm not trying. I'm saying I'm going to create my life. I'm going to have a lot of abundance. I'm not saying that. Because now because I feel a victim, I know that it's not possible. I start saying money is not important in my life. Okay. The second clue that you are going into victimhood state is that you will start giving justification. Okay. Third is complaining. Hmm? Complaining is when we don't blame somebody, but we complain. देखो मेरा जीवन तो ऐसा है, मेरा जीवन ऐसा चैलेंजिंग है, मेरा जीवन इतना पेन है. हाँ, women have more pain than men in many ways, because one is we have emotional body. Hamara body ही is pain body, is filled with emotions. We go through ups and downs and all these things. So women have a tendency to complain about everything sometimes. hmm? It's I don't blame women, because हम suffer भी तो बहुत ज्यादा करते हैं ना, हम बहुत ज्यादा suffer करते हैं, तो हम क्या करें, वो suffering निकल आता है in terms of complaint and everything. But at the same time, now we are awakened women. We are no longer those women जो meditators नहीं है, who are not doing swadhyay, we are not, who are not in satsang, not reading good books. We are understanding that ये तो हमें ही harm करेगा, complaining हमें ही harm करेगा. Okay, so that's why we have to also be very aware. You know, in the Buddhist organization, the first organization that I was, वहाँ पे ना my first mentor Daisaku Ikeda used to say, complain erases good fortune. Hmm? तब ना I didn't understand the science, but sensei, they are even they, even if these people, they're enlightened, all people, you know, enlightened, all enlightened people, they don't need to learn science to get enlightened. They can just get enlightened by working, doing seva, doing all different kinds of. He used to do transcendental chanting, and through that, he's an enlightened master. Yeah, and he used to say, complain erases good fortune. जितना भी तुमने good fortune accumulate किया है ना, through meditation, cleansing, burning karma, and all these things, we are almost ready to maybe get our goals. But what will complaint do? It's like, you know, in a ship, the ship is huge, but it will sink if there is a hole in the ship. And this is what the complaint does. It's that hole जो सारा कुछ ना निकाल लेता है. Yeah. So this is that's what, and now I understand the science, because it's a frequency. When we complain, our frequency goes low. We start thinking negatively. We start acting negatively. कितना फिर हमारा good, all the good karmas, they get washed away just by thinking and acting negatively, right? This is what happens when we complain. So So here this author says there is no such thing as a really rich victim. हाँ, so अगर rich होना है तो victim उसके साथ नहीं लगा सकते हो, दो words एक साथ में नहीं जाते हैं. That's what he's saying. There is no such word as a really rich victim. Hmm? And another thing that I said, you know, we think that we women, I would not say men also. See, Aditya, so it's not just that I say men, men, men. Today I spoke only about women, where women goes wrong. So wherever, whichever gender goes wrong, I talk. So we don't need to get triggered on it. Okay. So here it's saying that victim tries to feel victim because of the attention. We confuse attention with love. Okay. So we have a tendency कि you know हमको love चाहिए. हम कैसे love attract कर सकते हैं? Victim दिखा के. देखो मैं कितनी victim हूँ, मेरा जीवन कितना बुरा है. Okay, इससे मुझे attention मिलेगा, right? I told you before as well. In one of the classes where I was teaching you how to let go. Letting go is also an art, it's a science. So why do we not let go? I also told you that we don't let go sometimes because of identity. This pain gives me an identity. It tells me that I am Sanjukta because of this pain. That's why we don't want to let go our old identity, old pain. At the same time, sometimes we also do not want to let go because of this feeling that, oh, see, I'm going to get attention. Many people, you know, they remain sick. You know, they remain childhood में कुछ हुआ, and you know, the parents fought. The parents, maybe they fought with each other, and the child wanted to keep the parents together, and the child started, you know, this is a tendency of a child. Whenever he sees that the parents are about to separate, the child, many child, they create such sickness that the parents, they forget their own problems, and they come together and say the child is important, let's try to make this relationship, you know, work. ओके. एंड तब वो क्या होता है, चाइल्ड को समझ में आ जाता है कि अरे मेरे मम्मी पापा अभी अलग नहीं हो रहे हैं, बिकॉज आई एम सिक. एंड दैट्स व्हाई द चाइल्ड विल कंटिन्यू टू स्टे sick, because this is the way to keep the parents together. Yeah. And this child, तो ये तो है, again, see this child when it keeps growing and it says that, oh, I'm getting attention as well, मुझे attention भी मिलता है, okay, क्योंकि my parents are taking more care of me. Wow, they are now forgetting all the problems in the world, and they are only taking and thinking about me. I'm getting all the love, so let me stay sick, let me stay like a victim. Okay, so this is also happens. Okay, because of this attention, the child can remain sick for years till somebody makes that child aware that, darling, what are you doing? You are creating your own harm. Okay, so this is how we can create all these problems in our life. And at the end of the day, पैसा अगर earn करना है तो हम ये सब कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं. Okay, we have to come out of our victim mentality. I told you in the last few days, I was feeling like a victim so much. Why me again? Why me again? You know, but again, I said, no, I have to come out of this victim mentality. बहुत हो गया. ठीक है? So friends, so we will touch our head. So by touching your head, you will understand that through your own emotions, through your state of mind, you create the exact level of financial status in your life. Okay? I create the exact level of my financial success. Just close your eyes, touch your head, and say, I create the exact level of my financial success. I create my life. Touch your heart and say, I have a millionaire heart. Say again, feel it. I have a millionaire heart. And again say, I create the exact level of my financial success. Feel it. Understand that you are the creator. Nobody is creating your life. Touch your head. I have a millionaire mind. Okay. So, okay. This author gives a beautiful, it's not just beautiful, a very weird and strange way. Huh? Uh, okay, and this author says that whenever you are complaining, blaming, or justifying, try to do like this. See, different authors, people are so unique in this world, and so it's such beauty to see people different at the same time, so great. This author is saying that जब भी you are blaming, complaining or justifying, you do this as if मैं अपना खुद का गला काट रही हूँ. So see which way you can do it. Just try and see if that works. I haven't done it, but here he does it. At least remind हो रहा है ना कि you are reminding yourself, okay, फिर से blame कर दिया, फिर से complain कर दिया, पैसा नहीं आएगा. Okay, so this is how you can do it. ठीक है? And he also says that here, this you can do it later. Don't do it now because otherwise we will miss the meditation. He says, write one thing that worked for you. What was your part in making it work? Write one thing that didn't work for you. What was your part in making it not work? Hmm? So here, this portion is all about that I am creating my destiny. Okay, and that's why he's asking us to open our eyes and see, right, one thing that worked for you and what was your part in making it work. And then the second part, it says that write one thing that didn't work for you and what was your part of making it not work. Okay, that you can do it on your own today. Take it as a homework. Sure, talk to me day after tomorrow because I'm going somewhere. Na, tomorrow I'm not there. Okay, so let's start our meditation. Friends, what we are going to do is we'll do again